Okay. Whew. Okay, so I'm taking this video with, oh, sorry. Hi, welcome back. Okay, so I'm taking this video with my iPhone because I tried it again on the camera and I just can't get the lighting in this camera on my laptop to, it looks grainy and faded and I just didn't like it. So, yeah. So that's the story with that. I'm going to look into getting another camera this coming year, one that I can do. But I don't like always taking videos on my iPhone, but that's the way it is now. So hopefully this year I'll be able to get a camera that will be better. But in the meantime, that's what I'm doing. So this is the promised book review. I know it's taken a lot longer than I wanted to. So I'm probably going to upload this without editing or adding anything to it, just because I want to get it posted. And I'm a procrastinator, and if I don't just get it posted, then yeah, it may not be up until after the new year. So let me drink some water. This is actually Arizona tea, watermelon flavor. Very good. It was my staple in Hawaii when I was in Maui. I just loved it. And so I'm sitting here. It's cold today. So let me get comfortable. That's why I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I have comfy pajama pants on and socks because it's cold. All right. So this is that book review I told you about way back in November. I finally am getting it done. I've done this video 3 times. I didn't like the way it came out. So this is going to be the final video. So the book that I am discussing today is What Once Was Mine, A Twisted Tale by Liz Braswell. This book surprised me. I'm going to say that right now. It surprised me. One note, I am no longer doing 5-star reviews or putting a star rating on any of my reviews. I just don't like it because what does it matter? It all boils down to whether I'll read it again or I won't. So that's what my rating is going to be. I'll let you know at the end whether I'm going to read it again or I won't. Okay, so I'm not going to give away spoilers, but from the book jacket and everything, the question that she poses in this book is, what if Rapunzel's mother drank a potion from the wrong flower? We all know Disney's Tangled. She wrote this with under the Disney press. So yeah. So this is basically a twist, which is why it's called A Twisted Tale. It's a twist on the Rapunzel story. I absolutely adore that story. There are a few fairy tales that I love. I love Cinderella. I love Rapunzel. And yeah, so, and I do Maleficent. Okay, I love the Disney version of Maleficent. But let's get back to this book. So instead of, this pretty much follows, at the beginning of it, follows the trajectory of the movie. So in the beginning, the mom gets sick. She's going to have a baby. And so they go looking for this star or sundrop flower. But instead of finding the sundrop flower, they find the moondrop flower. Now, they didn't know that there was a moondrop flower. So, yeah, so so the mom drinks it, the potion that they make from it, and she has the baby, and it's immediately clear that it's not the same flower. And so this takes off in that direction, and it still follows through the beginning. You know, she grows up in the tower with Mother Gothel. She wants to see the lanterns or the lights in the sky, but that's pretty much where it kind of veers off. So she still meets Flynn Rider, all that. But once it gets past that point, it starts to veer off into a different storyline. And I have to say, it was really well done. I really enjoyed the way that this book was written. So, what did I like the most about it? I really appreciated the characters. Liz Braswell introduced a few new characters into this. She also changed some of the characters around. The way she did it was really well done. I enjoyed them. It fleshed their characters out. It made them more relatable and all that. It was so different. And so I really enjoyed the characters, the storyline. I really enjoyed the way the storyline went, because it remained true to that Disney original of Rapunzel, but at the same time stretched it enough to make it a different story. And just the different things that Rapunzel goes through in this one was a bit more satisfying, especially the romance between Flynn and Rapunzel. Thankfully, she kept that in there. And I have to say, I really like the romance in this book. It wasn't an immediate, I'm in love with you immediately. It grew over time. It was a natural growth, and it helped flesh out that romance and made it much more fun. So I really love that. But the biggest thing that I appreciated was some background to Mother Gothel, because the only thing I didn't like about the Tangled movie was we never knew what Gothel was doing all those times that she was away from us. I mean, here is a woman who spent centuries keeping herself young and beautiful and never dying. But what did she do all day? She would leave Rapunzel in the tower all day long, sometimes for a couple days, and we never knew what she was doing. And so that always kind of bothered me because I like to know. I'm nosy. That's just in my genes. And so, and also as a writer, that just aggravated me. So I really appreciated Liz Braswell. She gave Gothel a backstory, and she gave us a glimpse into a possibility of what she might be doing. And so I really, really, really enjoyed that. So those are my high points of the novel. I am not going to give anything away, but there is I think there's two things that I didn't really like or didn't care for. The first is, it took me a couple of chapters to get hooked. I don't know, it just was, the beginning felt a little abrupt to me. It was, I don't know, I can't explain it. It just took me a couple chapters to get into it, and so that kind of bothered me. I almost didn't continue just because after the second or third chapter, I was like, oh my gosh, I just can't get into this. I don't know why. But once it got going, beyond that point, it hooked me because, I can't go into the details because it'll give too much away. So it just took me a little bit, and that's my own personal choice. I mean, you may pick this book up and get it immediately and get hooked. That's awesome. But for me, it just took me a little bit longer to get into it. The other thing I didn't like was there is a definite B story in this book that I didn't care for because, let me see how I can explain it. So in the Rapunzel world, you're chugging along, and all of a sudden you're at like a really exciting moment, and then she pulls you out to go to the B story, and the B story, honestly, to me, felt extra. It felt like it had nothing to do with the story. I mean, she does do a good job of framing it, that it's kind of guiding the story, but I just didn't care for that. You'll understand once you read it, if you read it, because what happened is every time that she stopped to focus on this story, it pulled me out of the novel and brought me into the modern day. And then it was jarring because, you know, I'm reading along thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And then boom, another story. Totally, that really didn't have much to do. I mean, it did and it didn't. It's hard to explain until you read it. So, the majority of the book I loved. I'd say about 97, 98%. I loved the story. About 2-3% I didn't care for. And so when I come down to the end of this, would I read this again? Yes, most definitely. I will read this again. I am so glad that I bought this book. There is no Kindle version. I couldn't find a Kindle version unless it was staring me in the face and I just missed it. I'll have to go back and check, but as far as I know, there was no Kindle version. So I took a chance on this one because normally I don't buy books, physical books, unless I've read it first or I've read something from the author before and I like the way they write. So this was a chance. I definitely like this book. I might even go, she has a whole bunch of books in this series, so I might even go and get the other ones of the stories that I like. But for now, I'm going to go with yes, I will read this again. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that B story entirely. I did not care for it. That's how much I did not care for. So instead of reading those chapters, I will just gloss over them and go on to the next chapter in the Rapunzel story. So that is my review. I hope you liked it. If you've read this book, let me know in the comments. Let me know and tell me what you thought of it. If you buy this book and read it because of this review, let me know that too. And then let me know, because I would love to chat about it. I would love to hear what you think about it. If you agree with my assessment or not, the reasons and all that. I just love to talk. And so that's a good thing, because that's why I started this channel. Because I love to talk. So, yeah. Anyway, good book. I would read it again, and I recommend it to you. So, What Once Was Mine by Liz Braswell. All right. Oh, I already picked the next book. And hold on, I have to go get it. Just a minute. Okay. This is my yearly journal that I'm starting. I'm not going to show you everything because it's going to be, I'm going to do a video on this once I get my stickers. I'm waiting for Coffee Monsters Co. I ordered some stickers specifically for this journal, and I'm so excited. They're supposed to be delivered today, so I am literally sitting here in my room watching the mailbox because as soon as the mail comes, I'm heading out there to grab my stickers. But the book that I picked, and I did pick it in front of the camera in one of my previous versions of this video, but obviously that didn't work. So I am going to be reading A Mother's Warning prequel novella by Kim Vermaak. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but I will put the book title or the picture up here in the corner right there. Yeah, it's up there. So that's the only sneak peek you get of my journal. So yeah, so I will go ahead, and that is going to be January's book review. And I think that's it. I just wanted to mention, I am going to have some exclusive content in January 1st in my newsletter that will not be on the YouTube channel for at least a month or more. So if you want to get in on the news and get a scoop, I would highly suggest that you go to www.kathywerup.com and sign up for my newsletter. Sorry, I had to think because I just realized this is how my brain works. I was in the middle of a thought, middle of a sentence, and I thought, oh gosh, I'm going to have to edit this because I have to edit this video because I have to put the picture of the January book and I also have to put my newsletter stuff across the bottom. So all that to say, subscribe to my newsletter. You don't want to miss it. January 1st, exclusive content that only my newsletter people will be getting. And I wanted to thank the 53rd subscriber. Since this my last video, I've gotten one more subscriber. So that means I think I have seven more subscribers to get before January 1st. So if you want to help a girl out and help me to get 60 subscribers this year, please subscribe, like or thumbs up this channel, suggest it to your friends, share it, and all that jazz. And anyway, I am going to see you in the new year. Mahalo. Bye.